Field of Screams in Mountville, Pennsylvania has been one of America's best haunted attractions since its debut 30 years ago. Since its inception in 1993 as a simple hayride on a farm in the middle of Pennsylvania, it has now grown into a national haunt landmark. Their now 4 attractions offer something different for every fear you may possess, from chainsaws to clowns and everything in between. Every year, thousands upon thousands of guests travel from all over to scare or to be scared. And now, to celebrate their 30th year of operation, they are overhauling every attraction to make sure this year is something special. And today, we become a part of that history. Welcome to Boo Bros Present Becoming a Scareactor. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Boo Bros. I am Michael from Hallowed Thrills, back at Field of Screams in Mountville, Pennsylvania for tonight's episode. And tonight we are out here for a special event, as we are here for their Halfway to Halloween and Friday the 13th event. And we're doing a little bit something special tonight. Normally we'd head out to all of the attractions that they have open and do walkthroughs and everything, but tonight I will be becoming a scare actor to show you guys what it's like to come out and be a scare actor at America's #1 haunted attraction. Now, we have interviews with Gene and Jim lined up. We have a tour of the makeup and costume facility lined up. We have a ton of stuff going on tonight, so you want to stick around and make sure you see all of that. And also, we're going to be giving you guys a ton of information if you want to come out to Field of Screams for the actual haunt season this year and scare act, or just be a part of the event. It'll be a ton of fun. But before we get into it, please make sure you're subscribed and have the bell notifications turned on to get notified whenever Boo Bros posts a video. And also make sure you're following following us on Instagram and Twitter. The links are down in the description below. And you can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Hallowed Thrills. Now let's get into the video. Tonight, I will be joining the Scareactor cast of The Den of Darkness, but before we get into that, let's take a moment and talk to Jim and Gene, the co-owners of Field of Screams, to get a little bit of insight on the 30th anniversary and what I can expect tonight at my first time scare acting.
I'm Gene from Field of Screams, co-owner.
I am Jim Schoaf, co-owner of Field of Screams in Mountville, Pennsylvania.
And we've been doing this for 30 years. Field of Screams is our 30th season, and it was kind of, I guess, accidental that it was going to turn into what it is today. We kind of started this as a hobby 30 years ago and just thought, we'll do this for fun for a year or two, and it just got busier and busier, and it turned into what we have now. And but it started, I mean, when we were kids, we would do little, mazes in the den, and it wasn't the den then, it was just a barn with a cow in it. And it had straw and oats and other farm equipment. We would make a little maze in the straw, and the Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or church youth group would come down and go through and crawl through it, and we'd scare them here and there. And but that was years before we started Field of Screams. And I remember my mom, when we were kids, would hide in the house and jump out at us here and there. But we didn't really celebrate Halloween or go to horror movies. We did trick or treat and dress up and have fun, but one time we just decided that, hey, let's take this property and make a trail in the cornfield, and it was pretty bad when you think back on how pathetic it was. But there was no bar in the industry then. It was just kind of like, you can do anything you wanted, and it was good enough. And it was a lot of fun. So the year 2, we decided, let's do this again, and then here we are.
That's a loaded question. We are at Field of Screams. We're always working on something. So right now there's a bunch of projects going on. Probably one of the main projects is for our 30th anniversary. We are doing, we're planning an epic series of shows actually for the entertainment area. So when you're here at Field of Screams, we're going to have lights, sounds, smoke, fire. It's going to be a visual. Just a visual circus going on. We're doing some some 3D mapping on the asylum. We're going to have the gobo lights going all around the entertainment area. We're going to have gargoyles, breathing and shooting fire, smoke, and loud music. So it's going to be epic. We're looking forward to it.
We're currently, next week we're starting a project in Nocturnal. We're building the Field of Screams version of the Disney Tree of Life. Ours will be more like the Tree of Death. It's going to be a huge tree that's going to have illuminated pumpkins in it, and it's going to be a pretty fun structure to build. We have some props coming this week from a company that we're going to be installing in the greenhouse. The greenhouse is partially finished from last year to this year. The greenhouse was a cave, now it's a greenhouse. That we built a tree in there. There's going to be some snakes in that room, and that's getting finished in the near future here. We're currently working on the clown room in the asylum. That's gutted, so tonight you'll go through and it's an empty clown room under construction. But that's a project that's happening as we speak. That's been ongoing. It just doesn't stop. So that's some of the most current things that we're working on here at Field for the 30th season. So if you want to be an actor at Field of Screams, we try to accommodate everyone at every ability level. There's something for everyone to do here. Maybe, and some people think, oh, well, I don't want to scare people. I don't like to, that's not me. Well, you can be a ticket taker. You can operate. You can help with the games. You could help in the Scream shop. VIP sales. There's all kinds of things you can do. But the main thing that people do come to, if they want to help at Field of Screams, they want to act. They want to hide and scare people and get costume and makeup and go through that fun. So the way you can do that is if you go online, to fieldofscreams.com, there's a section on our website that gives you the whole, set of, things you need to do to become an actor. You'll fill out, all the paperwork that you understand, all the things you have to check, sign your dog over to me, your firstborn, those kinds of things. And then you have to fill out a background check that we pay for that, of course, and you have to go through all those steps.
Well, first of all, and that's a great question because, there's a lot of people that say like, oh, I didn't know I could be an actor, or how can I participate, and or even in the middle of the season, they think it's too late, but we accept actors throughout the entire off season, even throughout the middle of the season. If it's October and somebody wants to be an actor, we'll train them up and we'll put them in the show. And so, what characteristics do we look for? Really, we work with anything. I mean, typically the wilder, the crazy, the more energetic, the more like the worse of a student you are at school, the better of an actor you are at Field of Screams. Typically. But we get everybody. We get the straight A kids, the kids that hate school. We get the adults that hate their job. We get the adults that love their job. So, really, there's a place for everybody at Field of Screams. We just find what works for you. We find your niche. We put you where you're going to be most successful, and you have a great time. You meet new friends. But typically the actors that are just like a little bit not quite right, like creative, they can think of skit lines, can think of creative ways to use their room, their scene, to portray their character. That they're the ones that really excel to the top. So to be a Field of Screams actor, you can have zero experience. You don't have to have ever acted in a play, in a haunt. It doesn't matter. If you can breathe, then you can be a Field of Screams actor. So as I mentioned before, we will find you a spot, we'll find a niche, we'll find your strength. Maybe it's just doing a drop panel and jumping out. Because we have actors of all abilities here at Field of Screams. So there's something for everybody, and we'll find you the perfect spot for you. And maybe sometimes it's like being a ticket taker, or being a tractor driver, or helping out with loading or unloading the wagons. Just being a part of the crew for a lot of people is a lot of fun.
So Scare School is a day. It's a Saturday that you're here. I think it's a 5-hour period. It changes, throughout the years. But you go through different stations. So we divide the group up into 5 equal groups, and then you go around the property. And for example, one station would be, is at the guillotine, and it's how to be interacting as a victim. So you'll get to, be an actor in the guillotine and fear for your life, and then there's an executioner that's getting ready to cut your head off. And so that station is more about how to be a victim in a scene. Another scene would be, or another station in Scare School would be how to properly handle weapons. Now, weapons would be anything from a foam axe to a real circular saw that's modified, a chainsaw, it could be a bird in a cage, it could be a poopy diaper, it doesn't matter really what it is, but how do you use this weapon or this hand prop and actively or accurately get a scare, using that prop. Skit lines are covered, safety is covered, professionalism is covered. Everything that goes into being an effective actor is covered at Scare School. If you don't make Scare School, we give you a mini version, throughout the season, because we often have people that come, it could be 3rd week of October, and you come through here like, I've got to be part of this. Well, we can get you part. We'll still train you and get you into the right position for you and give you a mini version of that. But the more people can get to Scare School, the better trained the group is as a whole.
You are going to realize it's a lot harder than you think it is. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of, it's a lot of stamina. So, for a lot of our actors, they need to kind of build up their endurance for it. So, drink plenty of water. Don't overdo it at the beginning. Pace yourself throughout the night. It's easy to get all hyped and want to go balls to the wall right from the start. But then you might just tire out an hour in. So, depending on you as well, some people are just, crazy. They wake up crazy and all day they're just bouncing off the walls. But if you're the kind of person that, you're not like that, then you got to pace yourself, because it's definitely a little more strenuous than you may realize, depending on what you're doing in the position. So my best advice, have some water, stay hydrated, have fun, but pace yourself throughout the night.
So how are you going to do? I think you're going to do great, because you're the one that wants to do this, and if you want to do it and you have a good attitude, you're going to be good at what you do. No matter what you do, if you put your heart and soul into it, you're going to be great at it. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but the main thing is go in there with confidence. Once you put your costume on and you become your character, you just need to know, this is my spot, this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is my skit line. You can say that one skit line over and over again to every single group. For you, it's the 100th time you delivered it. For them, it's the first time they heard it. So, just be confident ahead of time, get to your spot and practice and jump out. And if it's going to be I'm going to tear your eyeballs out and eat them, practice that. I'm going to tear your eyeballs out and eat them. You don't want to say it too quickly and muffled. You want to just have a good delivery. So get in there and practice saying that 2 or 3 times. And then when the group comes, go out and do it and know you killed it. You're going to do amazing.
So I'm here with Tanner from Field of Screams. We're here in the effects barn. So tell us a little bit about what goes on in here.
Yeah, so this is the FX building. This is where all our actors come down at the beginning of the night. They get call times on their phones for when they want to show up. So the first step is they come in here, they check in on the iPads, they talk with their attraction managers. They'll tell them where they're going for the night. So all 4 attractions will be stationed here. So they'll check in with them. They'll get a calling card. So, for example, this is Asylum Nurses. So this shows, what the costume is supposed to look like, any props they have, skit lines they need, and they'll carry this through the whole process with them. So once they have this, they'll come through. Oh, we got some more filming happening. But they'll come through, they'll get their costuming. We have people stationed all throughout to help them pick out a costume, make sure their look is complete, head to toe, you know. So at this point, they'll have their costume on. They'll stop in here at the prop booth. They'll get their props they need, you know, any kind of weapons, axes, hammers, chainsaws, and all that kind of stuff. This is also where if they decide if they want to wear a mask or get makeup, they'll get we got silicone masks all along the wall. And with the masks, they'll get eye black makeup, you know, to make the seamless between their eye and you know, the mask and everything. So at that point, they have their costume, their props, their mask, then they're ready to head upstairs. So we can continue along here.
So we have this whole area over here of the costumes and everything, just for every single person. And if you look above, we have the areas for Nocturnal Wasteland, Haunted Hayride. And then over here we got Den of Darkness and Frightmare. Each little row here has the costumes for each individual one. So if you know where you're going, you automatically know where to go for what costume you're gonna have.
Yep, so we got everything categorized the best we can to make the process as seamless as possible. We have a whole wall of silicone masks. They look the best. A little hot to wear, but on the colder nights it's nicer. Then we have all the chainsaws categorized, locked up.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get one of those tonight, but
yeah, we have each saw assigned to a specific actor, so we know if it comes back broken, we know who to blame, right? Yeah, so then they have their costumes, everything, ready to head upstairs to get the makeup done.
All right, so let's head upstairs and do makeup.
Yeah, so then up here is where everyone will get lined up in their, you know, appropriate attraction cues. They'll get in line to start their makeup process. So everyone here is waiting to get makeup done. Yeah, so then in here is where all the makeup happens. We got Kylie here, she's in charge of all the FX in the building. We got each individual makeup station, so they do the whole process in each of these stations.
And does every makeup artist know how to do different looks, or is it just one station per?
Each artist has their own unique, you know,
style
to do makeup, but they go through a whole boot camp, a training boot camp run by Kylie here. So they're trained on how to get the Field of Screams look just right. But they each have their own little twist they do each time, which is cool. Keeps it unique.
Yeah, there's just a lot of different. And how, like, normally, like on an event, like a normal event night, how many people do you have?
So makeup artists, we usually have about 8 or 9 artists at a time. We try to keep the flow going as fast as possible because we gotta get the actors pumped through here and up to their attractions for opening. Yeah, so then at this point, their look's complete. They have their makeup, their costuming, everything's good to go. Then on the way down, they can look in the mirror and see their entire look. Yeah, you look good. Or should I say you look bad?
And
that's the end of the process. Yep.
Yeah,
it's one big loop. Keep the traffic flowing through here. Make it as efficient as possible. Get them back out into their attractions.
Yeah, it's a great process you guys have here. I love that just everything has its own area.
For sure.
And the second you get your card, you know exactly what you're getting and what you're supposed to look like.
Definitely.
At the end.
Yeah, we try to fine tune it to make it as efficient as possible.
With our interviews and tour out of the way, it is time to become a Scareactor.
All right, we got our costuming done. We are good to go. Next, we're heading upstairs to do our makeup. And then we're heading into the den. That is where we're gonna be at for the majority of the night. We're gonna be scaring people. I got my lines, I got my card. We're gonna be good to go. It's gonna be interesting, but let's head up and get our makeup done.
Welcome to the morgue! We are completely done with makeup and costumes. Shout out to Justin for doing the amazing makeup for me tonight. So we are good to go and head into the Den of Darkness for our night of Scareacting. So let's head in. The doctor's been waiting for you! Are you my next patient? The doctor's been waiting for you!
Your autopsy?
Are you my next patient? Are you my next patient?
You got me.
Let's cut you open and see what's inside! Are you ready for your autopsy? The doctor's been waiting for you!
Ready for your autopsy?
Are you my next patient?
Yo.
Are you my next patient?
No.
Welcome to the morgue!
I'm measuring every ounce of blood out of your body.
Let's cut you open and see what's inside! And that is going to wrap it up. We finished our night here Scareacting at Field of Screams. I had a fantastic night. Huge shout out to Tanner, Gene, and Jim for allowing the Boo Bros to come out here and do a little bit of Scareacting. If you guys are at all interested in Scareacting at Field of Screams in Mountville, PA for the upcoming 2022 haunt season, make sure you sign up on their website. I'll link it down in the description. It's an amazing experience just coming out here by myself and doing it for the very first time, and I'm sure you guys would absolutely love coming out here to do an entire season's worth of scaring. It's a bit addicting. I will give Gene and Jim credit for that. It was a great time, but if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure you drop a like down below and also comment if you've been out to Field of Screams or if this has enticed you to come out and Scareact for the upcoming season. I'd absolutely love to hear your opinions. But as always, from the Boo Bros, I've been Michael, and I'll see you guys next time.